want to talk to you about one of my favorite things, and that's the idea of vessels. These are some examples of some vessels, and they're made out of bronze. And it's just kind of interesting thinking about what a vessel is. And I think I'll give you a little insight into the way I think about things. I have this preoccupation, maybe it's an obsession with edges. And it could be a tactile thing, just being a sculptor and being an artist. It's not just seeing, it's touching and feeling. And I really have this thing about edges, and if you notice on the sculptures that I make, the edges are always changing, they're always different. There's something going on all the way around them. There's a psychological aspect to edges in that, is it a beginning or is it an end? It's right on the edge where it's one of those. So approaching vessel, we approach this bowl, and this is the outside, and we come to the edge, and then we go on the inside. And just that whole concept of an outside, and then an edge, and then the inside, for me psychologically just has a lot of meaning. One thing about creating these bowls is I can create a story as you go around the bowl. So we'll just look at this bowl here, and I call this my history bowl. So on this bowl, I've chosen some of my favorite art, and I really think it's really never been surpassed, and it's just pretty amazing that it sort of just came out of nowhere. But I really like Greek realism, like Hellenistic Greek realism. There's just something beautiful about it. But I also like it in ruin. So it's this great art and great representation, but now it's been wrecked, it's been lost, it's been in ruin. So I really like that decay of it, that mixture of ruin and decay. And also the whole bowl looks like maybe it was just pulled out of the ocean, like it's been in the ocean for 3,000 years and pulled out of the ocean, so it's kind of in a decay. But here we start with this figure, and I've always been attracted to the bearded face. One of my favorite faces is Michelangelo's God. The beard, there's something about that face ever since I was a child that I guess I just always wanted to be that face. Anyway, so here we start with this face, and then as we go around the bowl, and I'm gonna just turn it here. There's different relief sculptures that is almost perfect, but then it's in ruin. Here, if you look close, the arm is sloughing off. The face, which was once beautiful, is sloughing away. Things are suggested. So it was once great, and you can still see the greatness, but now you see the broken, almost decay of something that once was great. And for some reason that's very attractive to me. I guess in a way because we're all in that process. We're all at some point in the process of decay. As we move further around, this is like a fallen Greek soldier. His ears, his arms left off. Here's his helmet. He's just fallen here in ruin. And then finally, all that's left is just you can barely see this figure. It's just almost all gone. And part of the point of calling this the history bowl is it's kind of a representation of us as humans. We achieve all this greatness and we just think we're so great, and then ultimately we fall. Ultimately it crashes. And that's just a reoccurring thing throughout history. We try to stay at the top for whatever reason, and it always breaks down. There's just some kind of truth in that.
history
You can cut
book.
out all this stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So that none of that matters.
Yeah.
All right.